Right, well, good morning, everyone. Nice to see a number of familiar faces, but also good to see some new ones as well. And I hope those of you who are here for the first time find the event enjoyable. I think my presentation this morning is going to be a little bit sombre because it's about local government finance, and this is a difficult time when it comes to local government finance. It's been another challenging year for local councils as the government cuts public expenditure. Our core grant from central government has reduced again and is set to continue to do so for the foreseeable future. We're currently predicting that by 2019 we will get no core funding at all from the government, compared to just over 5 million just 3 years ago. So you can see the scale of reduction that each council is going through. And we're also, of course, effectively capped at a 2% increase in council tax. So really quite challenging, stringent times for us. Having said that, the Vale is holding its council tax at current levels next year, and South Oxfordshire is reducing its council tax by 2.5%, as it has done for the last 2 years. So if you're a resident of South Oxfordshire, you'll have seen your element of the council tax that's payable to the district council go down by 7.5% over 3 years. The two councils are in robust financial health. That's the good news, despite all the challenges that are being thrown at us. And we've achieved this through a variety of means. Sharing service delivery is, I think, probably the most high profile and the one that most people are familiar with. We've been on that journey for the best part of 5 years now, starting with me becoming the Joint Chief Executive of the two councils and filtering right the way through the two organisations. Soon we will have most of our day-to-day operations being carried out in South Oxfordshire's office in Cromarsh, and a large part of Vale's office in Abingdon is going to be let to Oxfordshire County Council. That's really good news from a taxpayer's point of view, because the County Council will be vacating commercial premises elsewhere in Abingdon, and the saving to the public purse is going to be over £500,000 a year. So we continue to search out sensible savings that we can make to mean that we are able to continue to provide good quality services, keep council tax low, despite the fact that our financial base is under some challenge. We have benefited, and I think it would be dishonest of me if I didn't stand here and say this, we have benefited from financially from something called New Homes Bonus. This was introduced by the government when it came into power 4 years ago, and basically means that we get a payment for each new property that is built in each district. That payment is around £9,000 spread over 6 years, and we keep 80% of that money, and the 20% goes to the county council. It's fairly substantial, and for the next financial year, starting in April, Vale will be getting a payment of over £2 million for the first time, and South a payment of just under £2 million. And I think those of you who are familiar with the two districts will know that there's quite a lot of house building going on at the moment. You don't have to go very far from here to see the Great Western Park estate going up. 3,500 houses. It's one of the biggest estates in the whole of South East England, probably the whole of England, that's being constructed at the moment. And those of you who are good at maths can work out what 3,500 times 9,000 is. It's a lot of money. But of course, what we're doing is putting that money aside, ready to use it to fund essential infrastructure, because the funding for roads, the funding for schools, the funding for things that people tend to take for granted coming down from central government is no longer there. So we have to find new and different ways of being able to fund the community facilities that everybody deems is necessary, and indeed is necessary, as you put big housing developments in. As Matthew said, I'll touch on business rates. I think most years at this forum somebody asks a question about business rates. Well, fundamentally the rules haven't changed. The government still decides how much rates you are paying, and we simply act as the collection agent. So I can't do anything about your rateable value, I'm afraid, or the rate in the pound that you pay. But there are some new financial incentives in place, as Matthew alluded to encourage councils to generate additional business rates. But unfortunately, the new system, like everything to do with business rates, is a little opaque. The deal with the government is that as we generate additional business rates over and above our base position, we get to keep a proportion of that. Unfortunately, that's going to be some way off in the Vale of Whitehorse because of two things totally outside the control of the council. First, the closure of Dicote Power Station, which was the biggest single business rate payer in the whole of the district, which happened the day before this new system came into place. If it happened the following day, we wouldn't have been affected by it. And secondly, a recent decision by a valuation tribunal to reclassify the diamond synchrotron effectively as having charitable status, which means it gets 80% relief on its business rates, backdated, and we have to foot the bill for that. So the chances of the Vale increasing its business rates take in the foreseeable future is pretty slim, and so that's not good. The position in South Oxfordshire is a little brighter. There are still a number of fairly substantial appeals against valuations outstanding, and the rules of the game are, if this appeal, even if it was submitted 5 or 6 years ago, if it is allowed, then we have to pick up the bill, and that counts against our business tax rates base. But we think we may be in a position by certainly the financial year after next, 2015-16, where we are starting to see an increase in the base level of business rates, and we will start to keep a proportion of that. But I'll probably be able to say more about that when we talk again this time next year. So, in conclusion, we are being given many challenges by the government. It always has done, and at the local level we've always delivered, and I'm sure that will continue to be the case over the next 12 months. Thank you.